how do you balance that? How do you balance being a mother and a professional boxer at the same time?
Oh, I think I don't know. Honestly,
I
I
don't
don't
know how
know.
I do it,
I just
actually.
it's hard. I mean, it's really really hard. I just like I used to tell my mom like I don't have time, and she's like, you do have time. You just have to prioritize what's important for you. What is it now? So that's exactly what I did. I set my schedule and I just go. It's like it's school when there's a schedule. At this time to this time I'm doing this. This time to this time I'm doing that. So it's just basically a schedule, a whole routine. It's my everyday, and it's been like that since I turned professional.
And then, you mentioned before about, not wanting your kids to kind of have the example of, oh, I wish, or I would have, or I could have.
Yeah.
How important is that to you to be that role model of like, no, you can do anything. You just have to apply yourself in discipline. And what does that mean to you to be able to share that with your kid now?
I mean, it means a lot, and I want to continue showing that to them. And I feel like it has impact. My youngest son, he's an amateur boxer now. He followed what he wanted to do. I didn't push him
Nice.
towards it. My son, the oldest, he's about to graduate this year. He's a senior and he's following through with what he wants to do. My daughter's a track star, like she's doing
Wow.
track, and she puts go. I see myself in her. She challenges herself and sets goals. So it's like they can't come to me and tell me, "Hey, I can't do this," because I've already showed them, like, yes, you could do this. So I feel like I showed them, and I'm showing them that you could do this. Like, it's really important to me, and I know I've shown them what they could do, and they could do anything they want to do as
Yeah.
long as they're working for it.
Yeah. And where does that drive come from? Like that, like sort of tenacity that you have? Is that something that you had long before you stepped into, the boxing gym at 12 years old? Or is that something you found in boxing?
I think that's something I found in boxing. Honestly, I've never been asked that. I don't think I have, but I think it was found in boxing somewhere around there, and then motherhood.
Yeah.
I just want my children to be and do whatever they want to do and just strive in life, be happy with themselves and not regret things they have done.
Yeah, well, and it sounds like they're thriving. That's incredible. You got a team of athletes over there now. I bet that's like
Yes.
you gotta feed all those athletes too. My God.
Yes, I do.
Oh my God. And what's I want to go back to that pro debut for you, because you've made your comeback, and it was people that may not have even known your story might not have known how significant that moment was. So, tell me about that. Tell me about like the moments before you walk out. So the moments you came back, you step between the ropes to the final bell. Like, what was that experience like for you?
Oh my God. My pro debut, I was just so nervous. I was a nervous wreck. Like, I didn't think I was going to get nervous. I didn't even know the feeling of getting nervous, getting inside a ring. I had no idea what was being nervous, how it felt. I had bubble guts. My eyelid kept twitching like the entire time of my fight. Like, I was just so nervous because I did have all these people out there that knew Cobra, amateur Cobra. Like they'll say, like, oh, you're one of the best female boxers we've seen. You're the finest out there. Like I said, like a boxer. So
Pressure.
I just wanted,
Yeah.
yeah, it was a lot of pressure. I felt like they were expecting the old Cobra, the 17, 19-year-old Cobra they seen before. Like, I'm 27 at this time, I'm rusty still. I turned professional and I was still rusty. So it was a lot of pressure. It was a lot of pressure. I won my first pro debut, but I didn't I didn't like the way I won. I mean, I wasn't happy with my I guess performance. I am hard on myself, but I mean, I won, but I was just like I was nervous the whole entire time.
And
Nervous.
well, speaking of woulda, shoulda, couldas, what would you have done differently if you could redo that pro debut tomorrow?
What would have I done different?
From your performance
Maybe
perspective.
maybe a little bit more pressure, yeah, it gets more pressure inside that ring where
Right.
I need to notice. I didn't see when the other opponent was hurt. I just let it go. I was just so thinking about everything else and not focusing on the opponent. So it was just more pressure and just focus.
And
Yeah.
do you think that was mostly a product of like ring rust, like not being able to have those reads?
Yes, and that's another thing. I was rusty, so it was funny because I was in there and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna throw this combination, and this combination wouldn't come out, and I'm like, what's going on? Like I just thought about it and I wanted to do it, and it wouldn't come out. It will come out like a second later, like I was just rusty. It was my timing was off. Like it was just yeah.
Yeah, it is those tools, right, that only get sharp by doing it, right? So the ring rust is a real thing for sure. And I mean, I can't imagine riding all that pressure, but I mean, you did, and you came out victorious. And then what did that teach you and kind of prepare your mindset going into sort of your next few bouts?
I guess just I don't. I guess I just wanted to take that rust off of me. So it was more of repetitiveness and my timing. So we worked on a lot on just repeating and timing for my other fights.
And what would you
Yeah.
say like your main strengths and style is as a pro? Like what are the things that you're trying to repeat and hammer in? Like what are the tools that you like to spend time sharpening?
Well, my power.
I
I
mean,
mean, my
you got an eight KOs. Like so
yeah.
you have power. So how do you train that as well?
Um, how do I mean my strength and conditioning? But I don't really know. My dad's my coach, and I just do what he tells me to do. And I think I don't work for my power. My power is just there.
Yeah.
I mean, one day he'll be like, okay, you're weighing 20 ounces. The next day, okay, you're weighing 16 ounces. Like he lays out all my stuff for the day. Okay, you're going to wear
Interesting.
this band and you're going to use these weights, and then you're going to do this and we're going to work on this. So it's like, we have always something different to work on. And I'm just like, okay, I'm going to do that today.
Right.
So I just trust them, and I just trust the process, and I feel that even now I'm getting stronger as I'm going. My power's not the same
Yeah.
as it was 6 months ago or a year ago. I just feel like I'm getting stronger as I'm going.